Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on the individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Find whole body.
This is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Busher, though, with the rebound. She'll go right back up with it. Gets contact and the foul. Final seconds of this first quarter. Three on the way by Herman. Big three to close out the first. Over to Schultz, nearly stolen away it is. Miller, throw it out for Gaw. Gaw being trailed. Hudson elevates and lays it in. Why he didn't shoot that, I don't know. Bruce will go from way down. Oh, baked it in! Yeah. Baked it in! My God. How about them apples? Wow.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
We welcome you inside Spring Hill High School, site for day one of the Shivit tournament here in Spring Hill. Dan the Taylor Man tip-off Broncos, Olathe South Falcons. Falcons win the tip. Away we go. Day one of the Shibit tournament. Junction City won over Sumner Academy in the first game. So the Broncos and Olathe South to round out day number one. Hi everyone, alongside my partners, Ken Trabajo behind the camera. Curtis Kaiser with me on the call. I'm Brendan Bullen. Curtis, very good matchup for Spring Hill today. 6A, Olathe South Falcons come to town. And one of the premier conferences in the state of Kansas, the Sunflower League.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good matchup here for the Broncos. Olathe South comes in, I think, with a record similar to ours. Of course, they play in 6A and has some good size. And watching them warm up, look like they have quite a bit of athleticism here. So Spring Hill might have our hands full, but I like the matchup. Good way to kick off the Shibit.
Hedrick into the corner. It's now Miller. Dumps down for Byer. Big power dribbles. Count the bucket. Brooks Byer going down to work. It's a big bucket for Brooks Byer. He's got a chance at one more coming up. So the junior, Brooks Byer. This is the initial attempt. Gebhardt's trying to chase it down. It's going to be at Olathe South. Broncos, of course, led by head coach Connor Bouchard in year number 4. Broncos have done progressively solid in the tournament. And as for Olathe South, they get the draw with the Spring Hill Broncos this year, led by 12-year man Dan Morrow, who former standout basketball player to University of Nebraska Omaha. One of the top premier forwards back in his day. Played from 98 to 2002.
What's your wealth of knowledge?
Listen, I do my research before every game, so I was
That's
kind of
awesome.
inclined to find that,
I'm sure there's great stories for some of these coaches that nobody's aware of, so that's a good example of it right there.
When Tongi played Pleasant Ridge, Spring Hill, Pleasant Ridge's girls head coach was in her 33rd year of coaching. The putback is good, and Robbins has tied it up for Spring Hill. Two-two tie. Brooks Byer would convert the and one. Or would not convert the and one, but had the opportunity. Hedrick, corner three on the way. That one's good for Eli Hedrick. And when Eli Hedrick gets in a groove, he sure knows how to put him down. Broncos made 9 3-pointers against Tonganoxie in their routes and improved to a 6-4 record.
Yeah, he can put the ball in the bucket quick for sure. So it's good to see him get off to a good start here.
And watch out, cheerleaders. Inbound play for the Olathe South Falcons. Coming off a loss against Olathe North. And the pull-up J inside is good. It's Corrales who, when I was talking with Coach Bouchard, said they returned a lot of guys. They have the big name guys, but they have some guys that have played a lot of varsity minutes the past few years that know how to shoot from the perimeter, and the inside scoring right there from Corrales. Let's get our Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce key to the game. Curtis, what do you got for me?
Well, for the Broncos, I want to focus on the defense because the defense is what really been our calling card, and so I want to see that, like you mentioned, having the ability to shoot from the outside. What's our three-point defense like? I think so far we've done well with that, and looking to see if that continues here throughout the tournament.
Excuse me there for blocking the camera, folks.
Yeah, sorry, we're a bit frazzled here. We had to share our table and connections with the previous team, and so we're just kind of getting set up here. So we're doing our best, and I chose tonight to try a new software for stats, and so we kind of did a little bit of this to ourselves, but.
Three on the way from Belcher. Can't knock it down. Tipped around, rebound Jackson Bruce. Bruce led the way for the Broncos against Tonganoxie. 13-6-1, 13.6 rebounds and an assist. Jordan Miller, separation, Byer corner now for Bruce.
Well, Brooks looks like he wanted a spot up there.
Brooks will spot a fakes, trying to drive, and gets the bucket. 4 points for Brooks Byer. Four points in the early going for Brooks Byer. 3-point lead for Spring Hill.
Yeah, Brooks, every time he's gotten a chance to score there, he always has a good head fake. He always gets the person up in the air, and then starting out really good here for the Broncos.
Jackson Chai ties it up for Lake the South. The 5'10 senior was Sunflower League honorable mention last year. Was the only non-senior to make the list this past year. Lake the South coming off a 12-8 season, lost to Shawnee Mission South in the Sub-State Championship. Reese Johnson the board for the Falcons. Chai trying to drive in, and it's going to be last touched off of Spring Hill. Both teams will have substitutions here. Barnett, Peyton McAvoy, and Sam Harris all will check in for Spring Hill. For the Falcons, it'll be the 6'2 junior number 2 Kemper Johnsons, and then the 6'4 junior number 34 Terrence Belcher. Here's Kassan to drive. Chai the screen. Corner three, Johnson knocks it down. There's a second triple from the Falcons here. Jackson Chai, now the 6'2 junior, and Kemper Johnson with the buckets. And the Falcons have their first lead on the evening. Bruce, the screen, ignores it, trying to drive baseline. Spins the jumper over Belcher, no good. Tipped and rebounded to Nicholas Belcher. Johnson the drive. Blocking foul called on McAvoy, and they can't believe it. McAvoy, you should have seen his face.
Yeah, I did. And I share that sentiment.
Jacob Corrales will check back in. So 2 free throws coming up for Kemper Johnson. First time these two teams met was late the South's first year in the tournament back in 2017. The Falcons lead the all-time series 6-2. Falcons, last time they played the Broncos, they've won the last 4 matchups. They've played Spring Hill, but Spring Hill's the only one of the two that have had 2 consecutive wins in a row over the Falcons back in 2020. I'm sure you remember that very well, Curtis.
I do, actually. My son played on that, my oldest son played on that team.
5 in the early frame for Kemper Johnson. Broncos trying to look for any sort of movement. Man defense, got to get it off before the 5-second. Miller will try and drive, open look. McAvoy banks not open, gets his own rebound. Trying to drive in, and he's fouled.
Yeah, the offense, that possession seemed a little stagnant. I think coach is going to want to get a little bit more movement out of the team, but we were fortunate enough there, and that play was really made by Sam Harris to get that tip over to McAvoy off that rebound. So good activity there.
Cooper Kassan will be the one credited for the foul. That's his first. McAvoy with his first free throw made. Jackson Chai off. Reese Johnson checks in for Lake the South. And McAvoy 2 for 2 from the line. And actually, those were his first free throw attempts all year.
Well, again, he's another one of those that can put the ball in the bucket quickly.
That's a tough basket for Kassan, or Cassidy, excuse me. 5-point lead for the Falcons.
You ever have one of those moments where you build your stats and your team and your numbers, and then somebody surprises you because they weren't on the list, and then they score and you have to adjust or remember to add them?
Are you talking about Casson?
Yes. I just had one of those moments. I'm like looking around, where's 25? He's not even on my list.
Kemper Johnson spots up, and he's got another triple. That's already 8 points now for Kemper Johnson. Miller trying to post up on Casson. He's got Belcher down low, 2, but he steps right through and gets the big points for the Broncos here.
Yeah, you got good battling down there by Jordan Miller, but again, the movement, the offense is just a little out of sync. We're not moving well offense. People are kind of standing around. I got to think that's going to be a point of emphasis here at the next dead ball or timeout or end of the quarter, it looks like.
Shot no good, and the rebound from Harris to end the first quarter. Broncos trail by 6 after Olathe South. The impressive perimeter shooting has them going and leading 17-11 after 1 here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, coverage of Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics. Strode Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff of Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience. Locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. The fact that I memorized and was able to read off all that is insane. Eli Hendrick. There's no question that he's remembered how to shoot the 3 ball. He's got 6 in the early frame, all from 3. Hedrick had 11 points, was the only other Bronco in double figures the other night against Tonganoxie. That one from way downtown doesn't quite fall. Rebound Jordan Miller. That was Corrales wanting to go from Overland Park. Byer, his shot no good, gets his own rebound. Swung around Hedrick, 3. Yes! Jordan Miller with the assist. 9 points for Eli Hedrick, and we're tied at 17. Oh my goodness.
I got a feeling he's not done doing that this evening. What's coming is what's called a heat check.
I mean, I go back to that early game against Eudora at 18.
Yeah.
Johnson can't quite answer back. Hedrick the rebound. They're going to give it to Hedrick. Why not? Pulls it way downtown. Oh, just rims out.
That thing was halfway down, too.
Rebound Jackson Chai. Chai trying to dish it down low. Popped up. Still in the air. Hedrick brings it down. 2-on-1 down the floor. Still with this dribble. The layup. Oh, just rims out.
Eli's doing it on both ends of the floor.
Trying to go coast to coast. Just couldn't quite collect it. 3 on the way. Reese Johnson. Just off the side of the iron. Rebound, Grant Gebhardt. Jordan Miller will ask for confirmation from Coach Bouchard on the play. Knotted up at 17, 5.5 to play here in the second quarter. Hedrick will signal out the motion. Broncos averaging 43% from the field, 34, and now they're going to call Jordan Miller for a travel. Subs for both teams. It's Terrence Belcher in for the Falcons. Out goes Nate Robin. Mason Dodson, Mikey Beck, and Jackson Bruce in for Hedrick, Gebhardt, and Miller. That's the three on the floor. And I'll let our fans know at home, by the way, mind you, that Curtis and I are both taking stats, one electronically, one on paper. So we'll see how ours kind of correlates. I feel like Curtis has more of the upper hand since I was trying to get our technology going and didn't have time to get my board out in time. So, hey, we're on the air. That's all we can really ask for.
That's right. We're doing our best.
Corrales, floater inside, no good. Rebound, McAvoy. Bruce to back in the corner for Bruce once more. Trying to drive in on Johnson. He's double teamed in the paint. Bruce back once more. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Broncos trying to swing it around. Here comes the countdown. Dotson, hop step to Bruce. Fader just off the mark. Rebound, Terrence Belcher. Good movement by the Broncos. Just had to get a shot off at the last second. Byerhead tried to have a hand in there. Nicholas Belcher, corner. Johnson, open three. Yes!
Yeah, that was what I was worried about there. Closeout wasn't quite on time. Nice little corner three there for the Falcons.
It's Reese Johnson, the senior. It's a very junior and senior heavy. McAvoy way downtown. Got it! Oh my goodness! Timeout called. Peyton McAvoy. Lethal from the perimeter. We're knotted up at 20. Timeout on the floor. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
As a 50th birthday present for myself, I went ahead and chose to get myself braces. I had had braces when I was a kid, and I had not done the whole retainer routine that I was supposed to, and my teeth had gotten out of whack. So Strode Orthodontics was highly recommended to me. I came down here and immediately was impressed with the professionalness of the staff, as well as just the kindness and the happiness and the joy that's in this office. I knew that this is the place that I wanted to come. It had to be a good place, and this was a good place.
20 all, we look at the members of the Frontier League and the curtain call season, we like to call it, Curtis.
Yep, times of change are happening for sure.
Reese Johnson, another triple. That's already 6 for the senior. And Olathe South snatches the lead right back. And this Broncos team averaging 34% from the field, but their opponents only averaging 26% from three-point range. That's a tough basket. Jackson Bruce. We'll get a replay on that next dead ball. 23-22, Falcons lead here in the second quarter, 2:40 to play. A lot of ball movement. Bronco fans making noise. And Corrales. Another basket, 4 points for him.
Yeah, that was good ball movement there. And then we just kind of got a little too close to him. And he blew by the guy and was able to get in the lane there. It was good execution. We're going to foul down here.
Wait to see who this foul is on. Jackson Chai, that's his first foul. Jordan Miller, Eli Hedrick, along with Henry Barnett also check in, so a handful of substitutions for Spring Hill. Miller in the corner all alone. Beck thought about the three, fakes to the other corner for Byer, and that one just over his head and off his fingertips, out of bounds. (25-22), Falcons lead, less than 2 to play here in the first half. Deep three, Johnson, yes.
Wow.
Reese Johnson showing off the range. 9 from the senior, all from three-point range. Hedrick trying to go baseline. Johnson pokes it away. Hedrick back with it. Jackson Chai trying to poke it out of Miller. The short wanting movement. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Bruce sizing up on Corrales. Hedrick has an open lane, throws it up, banks it home. Eli Hedrick has 11.
Eli's showing us the full arsenal here tonight.
Started in all 10 games and already over his season average in points per game. And a jump ball call that's going to stay with the Falcons. Wow. Let's go back to that Jackson Bruce. Ooh, tough basket there. My goodness. Yeah, that was quite the basket.
Yes, it was. It was good to see. I apologize. I was looking down at my iPad, so the awkward silence is because I was trying to get the substitutions correct on my new electronic stat-taking app.
Offensive foul on Terrence Belcher. Forces a South turnover. 28-24, less than a minute to play. Miller up the sideline to Byer. Open look, down low, no good. Rebound, Jacob Corrales.
Well, that's about as good a look as we've had all night. Wish Brooks could have knocked that one down, but
Kemper Johnson. That's 11 from Kemper Johnson.
We're going to have to extend our defense here in the second half. Sure that'll be a talking point at halftime.
Broncos, fierce ball movement, down to 5. Bruce, floater, good! Jackson Bruce, a tough basket with seconds to go in the first half. Collects it, but the Broncos still trail by 5 as we head to our halftime show. Here, coming up after this, our Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services halftime show. We'll break down the numbers, give you a calendar update, and what to expect here in half number 2. Coming up on our halftime show, next on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Back here from Spring Hill High School, time for our halftime show. Our halftime show is always presented by our friend Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Brendan Bull and Curtis Kaiser back here with you. Caden Garbajo behind the camera. Spring Hill Bronco Band. Wonderful performance as always. We'll take a look at the numbers here. So, Curtis, you have the kind of the better numbers than I do. So, what do you got?
Fair enough. So, for Spring Hill, we have Jackson Bruce with 4. We've got names. Why don't I have names? Hold on.
Should be Jordan Miller with 2.
Yeah, Jordan Miller has 2. Eli Hedrick with 11. Peyton McAvoy has 5. And Brooks Byer with 4. And then for Olathe South, this does not have numbers or names that I can read very well. So number 2,
Kemper Johnson.
Kemper Johnson has 11. Number 5, Jacob Corrales has 4. Number 11,
Jackson Chai.
Jackson Chai has 3. Number 13,
Reese Johnson.
Reese Johnson has 9. Number 22,
Nate Robin.
Nate Robin has 2. Number 25,
Cooper Kassan.
Cooper Kassan has 2. That's your scoring totals, with Olathe South up by 5 here at half. And my key to the game seemed to be, hopefully I didn't jinx them, but three-point defense was on my mind when I was watching these warm up and things that I've heard about Olathe South. And so Olathe South has really shown us their repertoire there from beyond the arc. So I'm sure Coach Bouchard's having a conversation with the Broncos here at halftime about extending that defense, playing a little tighter. We'll see what happens here in the second half.
That was your second half key to the game presented by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, reminding you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with Chamber events by visiting them online at springhillks.org or stop by the new office in downtown Spring Hill. And, of course, I can't really, go without saying a special message from the Spring Hill Education Foundation, and it's time to inform you about getting your tickets now for the second annual Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree Twilight at the Vineyard, which is Saturday, March 7th at Borgmont Winery. This Roaring 20s themed event is sure to be a great night out for a great cause. Enjoy entertainment from dueling pianos, delicious food, drinks, dancing, and so much more. This event could sell out, so get your tickets now at the QR code right here on your screen or visit the Spring Hill Education Foundation on Facebook. With your help, the Spring Hill Education Foundation can continue to enhance the educational opportunities for the students and staff of Spring Hill schools. The Chef Spring Hill Spring Soiree Twilight at the Vineyard, again, Saturday, March 7th. Get your tickets right now. I'll leave this QR code on the screen. Coming up next, we'll give you a quick calendar update from around Spring Hill Broncos athletics. It's all coming up next on our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Both my older sons have come through Strode Orthodontics. It's reasonable, it's been easy to make appointments and to follow through. Adam has finished the process and they've been fabulous for following up and making sure his retainers fit correctly. My younger son, Lucas, just started at 13. I would highly recommend Strode for anyone considering it. Starting the braces process, they'll tell you what's going on and make it easy, not scary, well-informed. It's nothing you can't handle.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Every tax season a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, getting set for quarter number 3 here and to conclude day number 1 of the Shibit tournament here at Spring Hill High School. Day 1 of 3, of course, will be back here tomorrow when the Broncos take on Academy Lafayette out of Kansas City, Missouri. Jordan Miller will inbound here to start the third quarter. Quick calendar and update for you. The girls, of course, do not play this week. I'll be at the Top Gun tournament next week at Wellsville. That'll start, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll continue through Saturday of next week. Of course, varsity swimming will be at Osawatomie High School tomorrow. And then wrestling, girls JV has a tournament on the 22nd. As the shot by Johnson, no good. Still a fight for the rebound. Nobody will retain possession. Jump ball called. It's going to stay. Going the other way. Girls varsity wrestling will be at Baser Linwood on January 27th. That starts at 5 p.m.
Looking forward to the Top Gun tournament. Girls always compete well in that. It's always a well-run tournament and some good competition. So.
Floater, no good. Beyer had the rebound. It's scooped up by Jordan Miller. Of course, myself and Baldwin Sports Live, Ryan Hilmer, which y'all watched last night. 3 on the way, Gebhardt. That shot off. Batted right to Brooks Beyer.
Good tip there by Jackson Bruce. He realized he couldn't get up and grab the rebound, but he was able to tip it to a teammate. So
Bruce, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound, Belcher, Nicholas Belcher. Beyer steals it, and the bucket.
Brooks is having himself a night there. He's always got good activity on the defensive end, and tonight he's putting the ball in the bucket. Good activity. Always see him beating and banging down there on the block.
Oh, no. Beyer collects a foul, and it's 3 free throws for Jackson Shy coming up. That's Beyer's second. Jackson Shy, the 5'10 senior.
It's not a situation you want your big man to be in, although Brooks has the athleticism to guard out there. But
Shy's first free throw good. Second trip's to the line for Late the South. Kemper Johnson had trips early in the first half. Shy makes the second one. Now, when I asked Coach Bouchard about this tournament field, he said there's a lot of really good, consistent teams. He mentioned Late the South being one of them. Gardner Edgerton, always a solid program.
yeah, some different, some turnover a little bit from years past, though.
Junction City as well, of course. Can't forget Junction City.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a steal from Chai. And the bucket good from Jackson Chai. He's got 8.
Yeah, that was a good defense there, and he might even got fouled there on that layup attempt, but
could have been a possible basket interference. Miller saves it from his knee and almost having it taken all the way to be a backcourt. Miller trying to dump it down. Somehow is almost in the hands of South. Gebhard saves it. Miller, the find to Bruce. Post hook, no good. Beyer rips it away. Putback is good by Brooks Beyer.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to take it from Brooks. I like how he gets a hold of that thing. He lets people know that it's his. I love that.
That's 8 for Beyer now. Broncos keeping themselves to a 2-possession lead. Johnson, left-handed layup, no good. Belcher the rebound, and he's fouled.
We got Jordan Miller, I think, for the reach there.
They will get Jordan Miller. That's just his first. Terrence Belcher will check in momentarily. Meanwhile, Nicholas Belcher will shoot free throws. First one good for Nick. Henry Barnett, Peyton McAvoy check in for Gebhards and Miller. And the second free throw good for Nicholas Belcher.
I'm improving my process over here. If you announce who comes in for who, then I can really make the change here effectively. I like it.
You know, I do some side gigs as a PA announcer. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. You got a pretty full slate.
Which actually Saturday, doing my first PA gig in quite some time. The Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament on Saturday. Beyer, corner 3. Just off the mark. Bruce, the rebound, and he's fouled. They're going to give Jacob Corrales his first foul. And Coach Dan Morrow not excited about that. Again, in his 12th season leading the Falcons, has had the job since 2014. Estimated, of course, Max Preps is kind of off a little bit. Estimated when I did all the calculations, 140 and 115 overall, so just notched his 140th win against Shawnee Mission East, 59-49. That was a really good game. I got to tune in a little bit to that one.
A couple of good free throws there by Jackson Bruce. Maybe that'll get him going offensively.
Nick Belcher all the way to Chai. Thought about it. Open lane. Trying to go to the corner again for Belcher. And he throws it away. Sam Harris will check in for Brooks Beyer. Harris initially homeschooled, but came to Spring Hill I believe this past spring. He's one of the top Kansas baseball recruits in the class of 27. Excited to see him this baseball season. Bruce, step back three. Oh, took every ounce of the rim, but just fell out. Johnson was spotted up, forced to try and drive in. Throw down to Terrence Belcher, somehow saves it. Chai fakes out Hedrick, drives in, pressured. Terrence Belcher could not receive the pass well. Take it up by Sam Harris.
Yeah, you mentioned good baseball player and whatnot. A lot of these players are good two-sport athletes.
Eli Hedrick. Don't forget about him. He's got 14 and a timeout called by the Broncos. As we look back on that last Eli Hedrick three, the Broncos just trail by 3. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay. Broncos trail by 3. Full timeouts, 35-38. 3:27 to play, quarter number 3.
As a 50th birthday present for myself, I went ahead and chose to get myself braces. I had had braces when I was a kid, and I had not done the whole retainer routine that I was supposed to, and my teeth had gotten out of whack. So Strode Orthodontics was highly recommended to me. I came down here and immediately was impressed with the professionalness of the staff, as well as just the kindness and the happiness and the joy that's in this office. I knew that this is the place that I wanted to come. It had to be a good place, and this was a good place.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, Eli Hedrick. Phenomenal game so far from him. 14 points, which pretty much almost all of them have come from three-point range.
Yeah, he can light it up quick. We mentioned that earlier. He's having himself a night here this evening, and the one that hasn't gone on track here offensively so far has been Jackson Bruce. But we've certainly had some others step up, and we'll expect Jackson to improve that as the game goes on here. But that kind of shows you the balanced scoring that we can have here with our squad.
Cooper Case on the assist from, that was Kemper Johnson. Eli Hedrick, he's in takeover mode. How about that from Eli Hedrick? And of course, we don't pick it up on the replay again. It's now 16 from Eli Hedrick. Free throw not made. Barnett the rebound. It's quickly taken away. Late the South wanted to push the floor, just could not quite get to do so. Johnson, spot up three, corner, swish! Reese Johnson has 12, all of them from 3. McAvoy catch and shoot from the wing. Just off the mark, and it's out of bounds. Jackson Bruce checks back in. 2-possession lead for Late the South, and they're going to have Jackson Chai check in for Nick Belcher. 2.5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Broncos, again, just down by 2 possessions, but are steadily just keeping themselves alive in this game. And Corrales, the post moves down low good. 6 points for the junior. Falcons doing everything they can to deny the Broncos. That one tipped off of Bruce. McAvoy keeps it alive. Bruce, fadeaway jumper inside, good. There's that beautiful replay right there. Jackson Bruce, he's got 8.
Yeah, that's the staple in his offense is he likes that quick little turnaround jump shot.
Bronco fans loving the defense so far. Jai closely guarded by Eli Hedrick. Shot clock down to 10. Coach Morrow calls out the play. Jai gets the screen to the corner for Corrales. Down to 3. Got to get something off. Skip pass. Johnson to Johnson, and that one could not quite come up with anything.
Yeah, Lathe South just lost track of the shot clock there. Got a shot clock violation.
Sam Harris off. Byer back in. Nate Robin into the game now for Cooper Kassan. Did you get all that, Curtis?
No. But I'm making do here.
Well, it's Byer check back in. Hedrick, heat check! Why not, buddy? 19 for Eli Hedrick.
And that was good defense, too. That was a tough contested 3 there, but Eli shooting the ball with confidence.
And Reese Johnson says, if you're feeling hot, I'll show you that I'm hot too. It's now 15 for Reese Johnson. Less than a minute to play. Bruce, right near the baseline, backs it out. Hedrick, another one, just off the mark.
Boy, from my angle, that looked perfect.
I thought that was good too. Shot clock off. 22 seconds. 6-point Falcon lead. Reese Johnson, Kemper Johnson tries his luck. Yes! Kemper Johnson has 14. Falcons extend their lead to 7. Bruce drives in, he's fouled. Fouls on Jacob Corrales, that's his second. It's the third team foul for the Falcons. Nicholas Belcher checks in. Off goes Corrales.
That was a heady play there by Jackson Bruce. He knew he had to get something quick and catch him off guard, get a quick foul.
Bruce, Hedrick, 3, beats the buzzer. Yes! Corner 3, Eli Hedrick! Oh my goodness!
He is having a game, folks.
That man right there, 22 3/4. Eli Hedrick keeps the Broncos alive. They trail by 6 as we go to the fourth quarter here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here for quarter number 4. I'm gonna don a new nickname here. Heat check Hedrick.
There you go.
There we go.
I love it. Certainly earned that nickname tonight.
Mikey Beck, Byer, thought about it, drives baseline. Through some contact, he's got it. How about that from Brooks Byer?
I don't think people understand how difficult of a shot that is. And Brooks just shows off his athleticism there, getting to the basket and able to finish around the rim in traffic. Just a tough shot by Brooks.
Brooks Byer up to 4 rebounds now. 4-point Falcon lead. About a minute removed here in the last quarter to play. Broncos trying to earn their 3rd consecutive win over the Olathe South Falcons. That shot no good. Rebound Jackson Chai. He's fouled. I believe they're going to give that to Jackson Bruce. It is. That's his first. Sam Harris to check in for Mikey Beck. Speaking of Mikey Beck, coming to say hello to me during our commercial break. Broncos football head coach Fred Bouchard. Probably one of the nicest coaches I've ever met. And for a guy that's so well-spoken and well-versed in the game of football, it's always quite the conversation with him. Eli Hedrick, the rebound there. Also talking to him, Colin Vaughn, the defensive coordinator, co-defensive coordinator. The other one, Luke Jennings, an assistant for the Broncos. There's Trapp trying to throw it out, bat it around. Bronco ball. They're going to say last touched off of Cooper Kassan.
Yeah, I thought Sam was going to get a, well, I think Sam even thought he was going to get a nice little layup there, but then they had good help defense there by Olathe South. And
the referees are actually going to talk this over now.
I don't know that the referee on this side, on the near side, could overrule the guy on the baseline.
Yeah.
Since it went out on the baseline, but.
Had the best advantage.
Yeah, for sure. But I've seen stranger things.
Great ball movement, but just off the hands of Harris.
Not the TV show, Stranger Things. I've never watched that, but I.
You know, I actually watched season 5, and yeah, I did. Really good, except I didn't really like the ending all that much, and I hate to be controversial, but I just didn't really like the ending.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so predictable. Reese Johnson from downtown, no good. Corrales, the rebound. Drives into a wall. Chai lost the ball. And Coach Morrow not too happy. It was off the hands of his guard, Jackson Chai.
Broncos got fortunate there. They missed the 3, and then we didn't get the rebound. They got the rebound back, so an extra second chance point, but we got fortunate there.
Hedrick, open lane, throws it up. No good. Rebound, Nate Robin, and Coach Morrow wants his Falcons to push it in transition. Johnson a 3. Yes. Reese Johnson has 18. And the Falcons extend their lead to 7 over the Broncos. 5.5 minutes to play in the final quarter. We're going to take a timeout with the Broncos here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a 3rd-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
For 50.
Back here for day 1 coverage of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. This tournament, of course, the 53rd annual, going back to 1973. Broncos, of course, were the first champions. They beat Baster 57-52. Jordan Miller's fouled on the floor. He's got 2 free throws coming up. Nate Robin picks up his 2nd personal foul, the junior. Jordan Miller to the free throw line. First one no good. 57% shooter from the free throw line is Jordan Miller. And had just 2 points, but when you look at the numbers of what he does well the rest of the way, 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Also had 2 steals and a block.
Yeah, he's Mr. Do-It-All. You know, the hustle, the defense. points is just a part of the game, and he's very good at a lot of different things on that court.
Robin the rebound and the putback. Robin's got 4.
You can make that parallel Jordan Miller to Aubrey Meter. The kinds of plays she makes are only a part of the impact of the game. Jordan Miller does the same thing for the boys.
100%, yeah. Jordan Miller is the only Bronco to average a block a game. No other Bronco is in that category. Bruce can't bank it home. Byer with the rebound, throws it away. And it's taken up by the Falcons. That shot denied.
Good defense there by Mikey Beck. Good hustle. And
Byers fouled on the way up. I'm going to give the foul to Reese Johnson. That's his first. Broncos trail by 8, but slowly trying to piece together a comeback here. Coach Morrow will send 3 to the bench. Byer swishes the first one. Byer has 11 now. He had 7 in the game against Tonganoxie with 4 rebounds. Nick Belcher, Terrence Belcher, and Cooper Kassan check in. Jackson Chai, Nate Robin. I believe the other one to sit down. Is Reese Johnson in there as well?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Reese Johnson is out. Broncos will inbound here. Hedrick throws it down to Byer. Back for heat check, Hedrick. He's fouled on the way up. They're going to give the foul to Terrence Belcher. That's his second. 2 free throws coming up for Eli Hedrick.
Eli's showing tonight he's not just a spot-up three-pointer, or three-point shooter. He's also can drive and play through contact. Have a solid game this evening.
23 for Eli Hedrick. Impressive tonight. Trying to cut into this Falcon lead. Hedrick makes them both.
And then he steals the ball.
To Miller. Layup's good.
A couple of defensive possessions there where Eli's been able to get a steal. So he's doing it on both ends this evening. Playing well.
Stop and Stable making some noise. A foul on the floor.
Mikey Beck.
That's Mikey Beck's first personal. The 5'10 sophomore who had 2 steals in the last game against Tonganoxie. 3 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Averages a steal a game, and a timeout on the floor called by the Lake South Falcons that will take with them. 1 possession game, almost halfway to play in the final quarter. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live out of the full timeout called by Coach Morrow and the Falcons, trying to regroup his guys. Broncos continuing to just cut into this lead that the Falcons have steadily had. They've increased it, but the Broncos always finding a way to cut back in. Less than halfway to play in the last quarter. Deep three, Reese Johnson, that one just short. Rebound, Jackson Bruce. Mikey Beck cannot make it. Trying to rip it away. It'll be an inbound play as they're going to call a foul on Mikey Beck for getting him on the wrist. Broncos will resort to a full court press here, Curtis.
Yeah, Mikey Beck there should have, went to the side, created a better angle for that shot. It's kind of a tough shot when you're going straight at the rim. Increase your difficulty, but good to see some pressure here to change it up a little bit. See if we can get a steal.
10-second violation on the on the Falcons. Broncos with the basketball here.
Boy, when he blew his whistle, I thought he was going to call a foul. I'm like, didn't look like a foul to me, but we'll take this. 10-second violation. That's exactly what the doctor ordered here. We'll see if we can tie the game with a 3 or at least cut into the lead here.
Curtis couldn't have said it better. Triple the tie. 2-pointer to at least cut the lead down to 1 and still make it a 1-possession game. With any basket really making a big difference. Bruce spots up and knocks it down. Oh my goodness. Jackson Bruce is 10. Falcons across half court. Long throw to Belcher, had it poked away. He's fouled on the way up, and Jordan Miller cannot believe it, and I believe that's who's going to be the culprit of this foul. It's going to be Byer who's going to take that third foul. Let's go back to that three-pointer, or that two-pointer, excuse me, from Jackson Bruce. Just sized up, knockdown shot.
Yeah, some would call that, the worst shot in the game because it's you take a half a step back, you got a 3-point shot. But when you're as good as Jackson Bruce is,
Terrence Belcher.
It's not a bad shot.
Terrence Belcher misses the first. Kassan and Kemper Johnson off. Corrales is back in, one of the two back in. This time, Belcher makes the second. Lake the South will go to some full court pressure.
Little token pressure here. Maybe half court trap. No, I thought maybe just sticking with a man-to-man defense here. Ooh.
Just a little behind Byer. He still has it here. Belcher guarding away close, trying to lob it up for Miller. Miller keeps it from being a backcourt. Shot clock down to 10.
Down to 10. We're not even in our offense here. It's been a little discombobulated.
Byers hook shot, no good. Jackson Chai chases down the rebound. He's got 3. Falcons push in transition. They'll slow it for an offense. Corrales to Chai. Drives in, open lane. Blocking foul called on Byer. Count the bucket and one more coming up for the senior guard. Brooks Byer picking up his 4th personal foul. So now what do you do if you're Coach Connor Bouchard? That's already now, yep, that is the 5th foul on the Broncos. So Lake the South has entered the bonus with 2:05 to play. Chai misses the and one opportunity. So what kind of gamble are you going to be if you're Coach Bouchard? Brooks Byer with 4.
Well, I think, again, he's done a lot of great things and does every game for us. You got to keep him in the game with under 2 minutes to go. Brooks is a smart enough player. He'll
Heat check, Eli Hedrick. Oh, my goodness.
Take a bow, young man. Wow.
26 on the ball game for Eli Hedrick, and the Broncos just trail by 1. 1:42 in the last quarter here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
$27 for Eli Hedrick. Out of the timeout. Late the South to inbound, full court pressure from Spring Hill. Trying to go for a trap play. Last time the Broncos set up the full court pressure on an inbound, it was a 10-second violation.
We would take that same outcome here.
Late the South found a way to kind of crease it and make it across the timeline. Kemper Johnson to the corner for Reese Johnson. Spots up three, got it!
He's the one you can't leave open.
21 from Reese Johnson. Late the South, a 4-point lead now. Byer going to work. Blocking foul called on the Falcons. And Coach Morrow cannot believe it. There is no 23, so I'm not sure.
They got it on 13.
Okay, yeah, it has to be 13. Reese Johnson picks up his second. Falcons with 4 fouls, so one more foul would put both teams in the bonus. Hedrick, McAvoy thought about the three, left Byer open, has to recollect it, throws it up, collects the foul. Coach Morrow furious. Nick Belcher picks up his first. Brooks Byer to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And Coach Bouchard's doing the offense-defense substitutions here with Mikey back in for
McAvoy and
McAvoy.
Kemper Johnson will check in along with Cooper Kassan. The Belchers are off. One more coming up for Brooks Byer. 38% from the line this season. Huge free throw for Brooks Byer. 13 for the junior, who's got 4 fouls. 2-point lead for the Falcons. 1 minute to play. Reese Johnson can't leave him open. He's pickpocketed by Jordan Miller. Wide open room to the lane. We're tied. Timeout. Coach Morrow, Jordan Miller. They call him Iceman for the reason. We're all knotted up at 62.
Yeah, Jordan's had more than one game with late game heroics here with the game winner the other evening. So, a defense leads an offense. That's what we're talking about, the true impact he has on the game.
We'll step aside, or we'll stay here actually, and we'll give a quick word for the Spring Hill Education Foundation soiree Saturday, March 7th at 6 p.m. at Borgmont's Winery. A lot of entertainment from dancing or dueling pianos, food, drinks, music, so much more. All goes towards the great cause of supporting the students and staff at the Spring Hill School District. A lot of schools to provide for. So much fun it's going to be. Again, get your tickets now. QR code on screen, Spring Hill Education Foundation on Facebook. That's where you can get your tickets. Again, March 7th, Borgmont Winery, 6 p.m. Roaring 20s themed soiree, Twilight and the Vineyard.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun event. So get your tickets and all for a great cause.
Maybe you'll see Curtis Kaiser there.
Well, you said you bought my ticket.
I did, yeah. 39 seconds in playing. Little less than 10 seconds between shot and game clock. Late the South can settle for a bucket here.
Deep Broncos just need to have solid defense here and not panic or rush. But if they get shot up, make sure you get the rebound.
That one thrown away. Bronco basketball.
Good defense there.
Miscommunication on the drive. Corrales thought there was going to be an option, but had it tossed away. And in turn, the Broncos will have the basketball. Shot clock is off, mind you. Jordan Miller inbound.
Ton of time here, just got to be smart with it.
Again, both teams in the bonus. Any foul will send them to the free throw line. Timeout called. Coach Bouchard to the Broncos. 14.1 seconds to play. Broncos will use a full timeout, and we'll stay here for this one too. And Curtis, I mean, you look at the stakes right now. We're going back to this Ottawa game. Similar situation. A foul can give you a chance to win the game and make sure you have to defend on the other end. But for the Broncos, what do you think they're going to draw up here?
Well, I mean, normally I wouldn't say find yourself a three-point shooter when it's a tight game, but the way Eli Hendricks played tonight, you certainly got to have him spotting up in the corner somewhere. Maybe look for Jackson Bruce to maybe penetrate. If he can get a shot up, great. Maybe spotting up out with, or finding Eli Hendrick out there for the open look, if he can get the defense to commit.
I mean, realistically, if you have an open lane, you got to take it.
Yep, yeah, for sure. But if the defense collapses in on you, you get if Eli or
I'd go up strong with it, try and collect a foul.
Yeah.
Again, both teams have 5 fouls apiece, 62 all. Broncos will inbound from the sideline if they called the timeout to talk things over, drop a play.
The important thing is here, if you do that and end up drawing a foul, you don't want to do that too early to give Olathe South a chance to do the same thing.
It's in for Jordan Miller. Drives in, finds Byer, fakes, throws it up, he's fouled! 2 free throws coming up for Brooks Byer.
Yeah, Jordan did exactly what I thought maybe Jackson would do, which is penetrate and get the defense to commit. And then Brooks Byer, he got fouled. He's lucky he got fouled, I think, because he was underneath the basket there. It would have been a very difficult shot to even get up on the rim.
Byer, the first free throw, off the mark. Got to make one. Mikey Beck checks in. Nick Belcher off. They get Reese Johnson into the game. That's somebody you got to guard. You got to guard Jackson Chai. You got to guard Kemper Johnson. All their guards you got to guard.
Mm-hmm. Big free throw here.
Byer for the lead. No. Rebound Brooks Byer. The layup. He's fouled on the way up again.
The hustle that young man has put forth here. Outstanding.
Didn't quite get that replay there. Byer has a chance at redemption. One can do the job. 2 seconds on the clock. Byer just takes one. He's got 2 chances. Doesn't make the first one.
Had some nerves going on there for Brooks. I'm sure it's a big spot here, but got to be able to knock this one down.
Another huge free throw opportunity for Brooks Byer. Doesn't make it. Rebound Kemper Johnson. Coach Morrow calls a timeout. 9/10 of a second to play. We'll step aside here on Spring Hill Sports Live. The Falcons have their turn to draw up a final effort.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience and our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Jackson Chai will inbound from Spring Hill's bench. It's got to be a pickup and heave. Chai, Corrales for the win. Way off the mark, and it looks like, folks, we're going to overtime for the first time this season.
A little bit of bonus basketball here this evening.
The Broncos and the Falcons, 5A against 6A. We're going to play another quarter of basketball. 4 minutes on the clock. We'll take a quick timeout as we get ready for overtime here and to round out day one of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament on Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College. Up your
Folks, there's no better way to spend your Tuesday than overtime basketball. Between the Broncos and the Olathe South Falcons. Jackson Bruce and Nate Robin for the tip-off. 4 minutes on the clock. Overtime basketball's here. Broncos win the tip. Jordan Miller, Eli Hedrick, Jackson Bruce, Mikey Beck, Brooks Byer, the 5 on the floor for Olathe South. Nick Belcher, Nate Robin, Jackson Chai, Jacob Corrales, and Reese Johnson. It's the 5 on the floor for both teams. Bruce in for Miller. Shot clock down to 5. Miller throws it up. Can't bank it home. Chased down and rebounded by Jackson Chai. Long throws down. Nick Belcher fouled by Brooks Byer, and that's his 5th.
That will do it for Brooks. Played a heck of a game this evening.
Brooks Byer finishes with 13 points and 5 rebounds logged. Nick Belcher to shoot 2. Both teams, of course, will stay in the bonus. Nick Belcher to shoot 2 free throws. First one, no good. And the free throw bug has hit, and neither team can cash in. Nate Robin off, and Cooper Kassan in. Belcher's second free throw for the lead. No good. Rebound Jackson Bruce. Byer 0 for 4. Now Nick Belcher 0 for 2. Carry called on Jackson Bruce. And he's in disbelief.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with the referee. I think those happen more often than they get called, unfortunately. But
Mikey back in for Peyton McAvoy. Kemper Johnson checks in for Nick Belcher. So both teams with substitutions each. Olathe South is going to travel. Jacob Corrales trying to pivot on a dead ball, and he walked with it. The Broncos will capitalize on their offense-defense subs. McAvoy back in for Mikey Beck. Less than 3 minutes to play. Minute removed here in overtime period. Jackson Bruce sizing up on Kemper Johnson. Over to Miller in the corner, back for Bruce once more. Broncos' first overtime game this season. Bruce goes to work, forced dead. McAvoy down for Harris. He'll go to work on Kemper Johnson. The layup no good. Rebound, Kemper Johnson. Jackson Chai, catch and shoot from the wing. No good. Rebound, Jackson Bruce.
Neither team's able to score here yet in the overtime period. We'll see if the Broncos can break that streak here.
Jackson Bruce trying to throw it up. Rebound, Kassan.
Yeah, that's a tough shot there by Jackson Bruce. Got to think Coach Bouchard would want to run the offense a little bit better than that, but as good as he is offensively, he's going to do some of that and make those during the games. But
Chai, he missed the three earlier, has it back here. Corrales got the rebound. Chai has it poked away, falls on the floor. Kemper Johnson, the three, no good. Rebound, Jordan Miller. It could have been a 50-50, but I'm going to give it to Jordan.
Yep.
Minute and a half to play in overtime, period number one. There's a second one if we need it. Neither team has scored here in this overtime period. It could have been Nick Belcher, but both free throws missed. Neither team can hit from the perimeter or inside. McAvoy, long three for the lead. Off the front of the iron. Jordan Miller chases down the rebound. Miller searching to Bruce. Shot clock resets. Bruce, push, step back two, no good either.
With a lot of contact, Jackson Bruce got knocked off his spot there. Didn't get a foul call.
Less than a minute to play. Coach Morrow calls time.
3 minutes and 9 seconds gone, and nobody scored yet.
They're seeing what kind of timeout he wants. It's a full timeout that we'll take with him. 62 all, 51 seconds in overtime here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Inbound play for the Falcons. Long throw, Corrales. Kemper Johnson, sidestep three for the lead. Yes! Kemper Johnson has 17 in the lead for the Olathe South Falcons. Time winding down. Bruce trying to take matters into his own hands, and he does. And now you got a foul. Shot clock is off. You got a foul, and they do. Eli Hedrick will foul Jackson Chai. Eli Hedrick picks up his first foul.
Yeah, it's a good shot down here on Olathe South. Just a simple shot fake and relocate. Find himself wide open.
Jackson Chai makes the first one. Jackson Chai makes the second. 3-point lead, shot clock off. Coach Bouchard calls a full timeout. And we'll stay here for this timeout. And Curtis, wow, I mean, the crease is finally over. Olathe South able to get a three-pointer And then Bruce takes it in his own hands, gets a 2, and then they foul Jackson Shy, who makes both his free throws.
Yeah, I mean, this is where stars shine, right? So we'll see what Bouchard's able to draw up there, but I would venture to say it might start out in Jordan Miller's hands, again with Jackson Bruce or Eli Hedrick looking to be on the three-point line to either tie it up or draw. There's enough time to penetrate, maybe get fouled or hit a 2 and then play the foul game and try to extend the game. There's still plenty of time to do that, but if you can get a good look at a 3 here, I think you take it. We've been rebounding the ball really well here in the fourth quarter and overtime, defensive or offensively. So we'll see what we do here. It's exciting.
67-64, 16 and a half seconds to play. Broncos need a 3 to tie here. They have to inbound, of course, from the Olathe South bench due to where the timeout was called. Who's it going to be in the hands of for the final shot? Shot clock off. Miller takes it himself. Hedrick smothered. McAvoy, long 3. Just left it short. Rebound, Kassan, and he's fouled under the basket. And this could spell doom for the Broncos.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wish Jordan Miller, he could have maybe just taken that 2-pointer there and, like I said, tried to extend the game. But was looking for the 3 there. It was obviously what was called in the huddle. And
Kassan, his first free throw, no good. He's got to miss one more. And Coach Bouchard's going to tell the referees that if he misses, then and they get the rebound, they're going to take a timeout immediately. You have to watch for that. It's got to be a miss. Or they might say a timeout on a make. Try and extend this game. Kassan makes the second one. 4-point game. And they're going to try and set it up, and it's thrown away. Corrales doesn't make it, and Olathe South rips it away and survives and takes this game away from the Broncos, 68-64. The Broncos, who just held on as long as they could, had the lead, went to a tie ball game, headed into overtime, and just unfortunately could not finish the job as they drop game 1 here in the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. We'll step aside briefly. When we come back, our post-game show presented by Elliott Insurance Group will get you the final numbers, give you the schedule for tomorrow's game 2 and what's coming up next around Bronco Athletics. That's all coming up next on our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. Final score, Olathe South Falcons taking it overtime, 68-64.
Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right. the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience and our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
First Auction Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than
back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, wrapping up day 1 of the Shibit tournament here from Spring Hill High School, Junction City, and Olathe South. The 6A schools come away victorious here on day 1. The Broncos unfortunately fall 68-64 in overtime to the Falcons, who improved to 500 now, 6-6 on the year. Broncos fall to 6-5 on the season. And Curtis, kind of just your initial thoughts.
Well, we had our chances tonight, obviously, you know, and you know, you can talk about missed free throws there at the end of the game. That's not what I guarantee you in the locker room right now, Coach Bashar is saying those free throws are not the reason we lost this game tonight. So, but we had our chances. We didn't guard well from the three-point line, which is what I was concerned with when the game started, and that kind of cost us throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little bit better there in the second half, but in spurts, you know, we scored in spurts the same time they did. You know, three-pointers back and forth. Eli Hedrick had a fantastic game this evening, and whatnot. But that's the thing that jumps out to me was the three-point defense, which we typically do pretty well at. Tonight we struggled with that, and I think that's probably what cost us the game here.
And I go back to kind of the Brooks Beyer 4th free throws that they missed, and then you also go Nicholas Belcher missing both of his free throws, so that definitely had to have hurt them too. But what was the difference between the last few minutes of that overtime that really secured it for Olathe South and kind of went away for Spring Hill?
Well, we just couldn't put the ball in the bucket. You know, in some you know, I think, like I said there towards the end, that one play Miller could have maybe got it too, extended the game. You know, those are the game situation stuff, and Jordan Miller is so good at making those decisions. Typically, obviously, and I'm sure Coach Bashar drew up a three-point play there, which is what Jordan was looking for. But
they smothered Hedrick.
You know, I wished he could have. Yeah, they knew it was coming, right? So. I wish Jordan just kind of would have taken that easy two there and extended the game, and you never know what would have happened. But there's the part where, hey, Coach said, let's do this, you know. So no fault to Jordan Miller either. Just, it's a tough loss tonight because we certainly had our chances throughout the game. But you know what? We battled hard. We were down most of the night, you know. And, again, the boys, as they've done all year, have battled hard, got back in the game, took a lead. Had our chance to win before overtime, weren't able to capitalize, but then, even had our chances in overtime and just couldn't execute well. So it happens. Nothing to hang your head. You talk about 5A versus 6A. That could be a significant step up in competition. So we battled hard with a good 6A team, but we can't hang our head because we got to come back tomorrow night with another game. So
certainly, and we take a look at the final scoring numbers. We go to start off with our visitors, Olathe South, leading the way. Kemper is actually Reese Johnson with 21 points. They were all three-pointers, actually. So you talk about the rain, and Coach Bouchard talking to me about how this team is dangerous from the perimeter, and that's because of the experience they return with those guards. Reese Johnson with 21. Kemper Johnson with 17. He had a few three-pointers as well. And we look at 12 points from Jackson Chai. So all three of their guards were in double figures tonight, and that really speaks volumes to how well they can shoot the basketball. And you have to do it against really tough 6A opponents.
Yeah, they shot and it wasn't just the volume of threes, but it's the percentage that they were able to convert. They shot the three very successfully tonight at a good percentage, as did the Broncos. But experienced guards like that make big shots in big moments, and Olathe South was able to do that all night long.
6 points from Jacob Corrales, 4 from Nate Robin and Cooper Kassan, 2 from Nicholas Belcher, and 1 from Terrence Belcher. I'm missing a point, though, however, so those aren't official numbers, but leading the way in rebounds that I have calculated. I definitely missed a few due to myself being behind due to some scheduling conflicts in terms of getting set up and whatnot. Jackson Chai had 4 rebounds in that category, so did Cooper Kassan. So definitely when it comes to the paint presence, the Broncos did a really phenomenal job, and that's kind of the one area that Coach Bouchard talked to me about. He said, we want to do well in the paint, but we also want to minimize the perimeter game. But Olathe South, they came ready, and they had their perimeter game on point tonight. And you kind of look at that game, I'd say against Bonner Springs, they can knock down about everything if you watch that game.
Yeah, and, in post presence, you talk about that. Brooks Breyer played a heck of a game tonight. He was all over the floor making plays. Scored in double figures, had lots of steals, and drew a lot of fouls. And I'm sure that made Olathe South adjust their game plan a little bit. So, Brooks played a great game. So, what Coach Bouchard was wanting was a post presence down on the block, and Brooks delivered that tonight.
And that would you mean Coach Bouchard?
Yes. Bouchard and Bouchard, don't forget.
Bouchard, yeah, don't forget.
Get those two confused.
No, that was kind of the emphasis, like preseason interview I did with Coach Bouchard. He's like, there's Coach Bouchard, there's Coach Bouchard. I'm like, I got you. Game high and team high for the Spring Hill Broncos in their statistical category. 27 from Eli Hedrick, impressive, and he shot 43% for the field. He only averages close to 8 points a game. He had 27 tonight. That's, I believe, his career high, actually. I don't have it marked down, which I'll get updated tonight after it falls through in the huddle system. But 27 from Eli Hedrick.
Yeah, again, that young man from the tip was on fire tonight. And, again, shot a good percentage. Showed us a little bit of everything. He shows he's a complete basketball player and not just a spot-up three-point shooter. He was able to penetrate, draw some fouls, get some free throws, finish at the rim. Just a solid game all around for Eli. So kudos to him.
Also, we'll take a look at Jackson Bruce. You mentioned his slow start to the game, but I kind of knew that he was going to quickly pick up and put things together. He finished with 11 tonight. Impressive job.
Yeah, he always does. We can count on him for double figures every night, and I think 11's probably a little below his average. I think it's close to 15 and
13.
13. So, but you know what? He played the game very unselfish tonight. Eli Hedrick was on fire. And Jackson Bruce recognized he didn't have to be, the de facto number one and maybe get more shots up. So
absolutely,
that's something that's good to see as well. So good game tonight by Jackson Bruce, and did a lot of things well, not just scoring but defensively, rebounds, hustle plays. So
You mentioned Brooks Byer. He finished with 13 points, had 5 rebounds. He unfortunately did foul out of that game, but was a big presence in the paint for the Broncos. 6 points from Peyton McAvoy. And then 7 points from Jordan Miller tonight, who had a great number called all game. And Miller, who only averages 4 points a game. Really, I talk about Jordan Miller as being, he's not flashy in the score sheet whatsoever. He doesn't get a lot of points for you, but what he provides that separates him from any other guards is unselfishness and the ability to hustle, the ability to rebound at a high level, and the ability to dish the rock and, make plays when needed, and that's why I like to call him Iceman.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have somebody on your team, the ball in their hands, at the end of the game that you can trust. And you can tell that Coach Bouchard trusts Jordan Miller, because at the end of regulation and in overtime, who had the ball in their hands? He put the ball in Jordan Miller's hands to make good decisions, and because he always does. And we talk a lot about the true impact that Jordan has in the game doesn't show up in the stat sheet, and he played another great game here this evening.
Yeah, and of course, again, Broncos fall to 6-5. They have another game tomorrow against Academy Lafayette, which this is kind of an interesting one. There's always normally a Kansas City, Missouri school that we normally had. I believe St. Xavier was in there for the past few years, but now Academy Lafayette out of Kansas City, Missouri, which this will be an interesting one. There's always normally, we've had Hogan Prep in the past. We've had teams like Glendale. Sumner Academy's always in there as well. I mean, it's kind of a switch up in terms of what Coach Bouchard called a kind of a team that we kind of just had to get in there, and the bracket fell their way. And I think this will be a really good challenge, because when you take a look at Academy Lafayette and who they've played a lot of solid prep schools. They've played, let's see, you throw in the likes of Bishop Miege in there, a team that's always been really solid in 4A play. I mean, what have you seen so far when you've done your digging on Academy Lafayette and what you've seen?
Well, and I'll admit my knowledge of them is a little lacking. There's not a lot of information out there that I was able to find, but it seems like they're a pretty solid team all around. They've athleticism. They can shoot the ball. They penetrate. I think they high assist level. And so, it's going to be a challenge again tomorrow night. I need to do some more recon on them and see what other information I can find. But the prep schools are when they play each other consistently like that, they're typically very good schools. It's hard to say. People talk about, do they do recruiting? Do they do this? Do they do that? I don't know if any of that's true or not, but historically, the prep schools like the Bishop Mieges and everybody are always solid programs. So I think Spring Hill is going to have to not hang their head tonight. They got to start game planning first thing tomorrow for the game tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, of course, tomorrow we'll kind of break down the rest of the Shibboleth schedule for you here. So tomorrow, Gardner will take on Sumner at 5 o'clock. And then, of course, we're after that, Academy Lafayette versus Spring Hill at 6:30. Thursday, Junction City, Gardner Edgerton. That'll be a really good 6A matchup at 5. Late South will take on Academy Lafayette at 6:30. And then Friday is the final rounds, where all the brackets will be finalized, released to us. And then from there, it's kind of a last-minute prep for me. Yeah. It's kind of, sort of, but that's why I trust Athletic Director Clay Freegon with getting that information to me as quick as possible, and he normally always does. So that'll be Friday, not Saturday, Friday. And this is kind of the nature that I like about this tournament, is it ends on Friday, and then Saturday, of course, I'll be taking a trip to Tonganoxie for the Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament. I believe this is the 68th annual for the boys' side. The girls' side, kind of newer, but the boys have been running for close to 70 years now. Wow. I mean, impressive, and that's a tournament I grew up as a kid watching and kind of still watch now. Of course, I tune in every now and then. So that'll wrap us up here for day one of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. Again, we'll be back here same time No rush setup this time. We'll have a full pregame for you here, presented by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. And we'll make sure to have that game for you ready to go. Broncos, Foxes of Academy Lafayette tomorrow. 6:15 pregame show here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. For my partners, Kent Carbajo, Curtis Kaiser, I'm Brendan Bolin signing off from Spring Hill High School. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a blessed night. Go Broncos.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.